We're so excited tonight to be back with the Talk of Life Talk Show with Elma. 2020, we're excited. Vision, eyesight, 2020. My name is Elma. My co-host is Kimberly. And then we have Soneakqua White as our special guest tonight. Yes, and we're excited to have Miss White here, and we're going to learn a lot about her, okay? But before we get started, this is a Christian talk-based show, okay? It's based on Christianity. We are Christians, we love the Lord, and we started off with Philippians 1:6, being confident of this very thing, that he which has begun a good work in you, Sister White, will perform it until the day of Jesus Christ. And we welcome you to tune in every Monday night at 8 o'clock, Facebook or YouTube. Please subscribe to YouTube, Talk of Life Talk Show with Elma. Our motivational saying tonight is, great opportunities often disguise themselves in small tasks.
Ooh,
okay?
Yes.
And the word says, don't sweat small beginnings.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And tonight we're so blessed to have with us an author. Oh, I love this. I'm so excited because I love meeting people. Kim, go out there and she just fletch them, and bring them into the Talk of Life Talk Show. So, Soneakqua, we're so excited to have you tonight.
Thank you.
And we're excited because she has all these different books, you all. We're going to try to go through. But the main book we're going to discuss tonight is called Red Flag. Do you know when you are being played? Oh my God. And she has a chess. She has a chess game on here, you know? So do you know when you've been played, Kimberly?
Ooh, that's deep.
That's deep in it.
Yes,
Because
that's
people
deep.
wear these false disguises.
Yes.
You know, and the Bible talk about it can fool even the very elect.
Ooh,
They
yes.
perform and everything. You don't know
Yes.
if you're being played or not.
So appealing.
Yes, don't they
Exactly
though?
what you want.
What they want, you know?
It looks exactly
And it
the
look
way
good,
you're
doesn't it?
perceiving it in your
Well, and they
mind.
watch you to make sure that they know what to do to you.
Get out of here.
They watch. They watch.
Watch. With all of my eyes, I need to start watching. With my contacts, with my record.
I know,
But
right?
this is a good book because I was reading it.
It is.
But, oh, this is so exciting. Are you feeling stuck? Do you have old dreams that you have tried to give up on, but they just won't leave you alone? Have you ever been trying to figure out how to move from one place in your life to the next?
Yes.
Well, if any of these questions hit home for you, you are in the right place tonight watching the Talk of Life Talk Show with Soneakqua White.
Yes,
Okay, she's the author of the book Red Flag. But let me tell you a little bit about her, okay? Ooh, girl. I might not be able to pronounce all this good stuff. Okay, Soneakqua White, MALPC. Now you gotta tell us what that all means.
That's just a master's degree and then a licensed professional counselor.
All right.
Okay,
now,
y'all
girl.
heard that, okay?
Professional.
Has been in the mental health field for the past 14 years.
Wow, she look like a baby.
I know, and she looks so young. My
Oh, my
God.
God.
Let me see your identification.
I know. Pull it up. Where that birth
She might be
certificate?
playing
Yeah,
us
yeah,
tonight. She might be
us.
playing us tonight,
playing
y'all.
us tonight.
We never know. We're going to pull out her ID.
Yes.
She received her Bachelor of Arts in Psychology with a
Wow.
minor in Child Development and Family
Awesome.
and Consumer, is that right? Science from Baylor University in 1998. So, hey, we should give a shout out to Baylor University. Okay, she also completed a Master of Art in Counseling from Amberton University in 2002. Girl, you look too, you got to pull
I
out your
know you've been
identification.
going to school back
Her
to back.
credentials, I know it. Her credentials as a licensed professional counselor was granted by the Texas State Board of Examiners in January 2006. She received the certification to supervise counseling interns in 2008.
Wow.
She opened at the table counseling. That's your
That's my private practice.
okay. That's her private
Wow,
practice
at the
called
ta-
at the
Ooh.
table counseling
Counseling,
as a
wow.
part-time psychotherapeutic private practice in April 2009.
Congratulations.
Woo, girl, and successfully transitioned into the practice full-time in April 2011. She currently serve adults dealing with issues ranging from behavior modifications to severe depression and anxiety. Wow. I got to stop because we got to get into her business. But I want you all to know that this is
She's
an educated, qualified woman
Single.
that we have. And she's single with no children. Look at this baby face.
So rare.
Ask for her identification. Okay? Because I think she's playing us tonight.
You got a card.
Yeah, I think she's playing us tonight, you all. But anyway, we're going to, Kimberly met, how did you meet Soneakqua?
I go to her church.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But I didn't realize she wrote so many books till I followed her on Facebook, Instagram. And I was like, oh my gosh, let me reach out and see if she'll come and do the show because the books are so awesome,
Yes.
especially the one about work. Give me
Yes.
that title again.
It's I just forgot it. Work related. It's about work related.
Okay.
Work related
Is
stress.
your job-
Yes. Is your
okay.
coworker? Are your coworkers stressing you out? I was like, bring her on.
You don't have coworkers stressing you out.
It just
Kim.
sounds good.
It just sounds good. I was gonna say you don't have coworkers. They not gonna stress him out. Okay? Except for changing her clothes.
That's it.
That's about it. Because she's a model, you all. So that's the only thing. What should I wear with this? What should I wear? That's the only thing. My wigs will stress me out. So okay. So tonight, Soneakqua, I love that name.
Yes.
I want you to tell us about yourself. How did you get into writing your book? What goes on? What fascinates you?
Yeah.
You have such an exciting life because this is what, 5 books up here?
Yes.
6,
And
no,
an
2, 4,
ebook.
5 books, and then
Yes.
she has
The ebook.
the
The
ebook
ebook,
online. Girl, you are busy.
Don't
And
Practice.
another one that comes out pretty soon. It's so new that I don't have it with me.
Oh, wow.
And your own private practice.
Yes.
Yes, and you're so busy,
That's-
but you look like a little girl.
I know.
Gosh.
Stress free.
Yes.
I
keep
still
it
want
that
to see
way.
identification. I
know,
think
I
she's
need the
playing
birth
us.
certificate.
But tell us what's going on in your life. How did you get to this point in your life to start writing these books? Did you experience a lot of this in your book, or?
I wrote my first book because I was going through my own healing process from my own family. I fictionalized it, of course, so
Okay.
nobody would try to come and get
Get
me.
you. So what book is that? What book
That
is
is A
it?
Time to Heal.
Okay, now this is a good book. I just read the intro. So okay, let's talk about A Time to Heal for right now, just to give us an intro.
This was kind of my idea of, okay, what if my family had gone through counseling and God had intervened as well? What would have happened or could have happened instead of what actually was going on?
Okay.
Yeah. So this was a part of my own healing process because I grew up very angry with one side of my family because of a lot of the generational dysfunction.
Oh, okay.
And so that's really a part of the reason why I became a therapist as well.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't help my own family, but I was sure going to try to help somebody else.
Else family.
That's good.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You
Why
have-
do you think you couldn't help your own family though?
It's just like Jesus. He couldn't help his own people.
You know, yeah, what he
They
said.
don't look at you. They don't look at you. You're just little whoever you
Right.
are growing up with them, so they
Well,
don't
you
look
can't
at
say
you
you
the
the
same way.
carpenter. So you can reach out to them because they would look like, oh, that ain't nobody but Soneakqua. Who
Right.
is she to
Right.
talk
She had
about
everything to
us
offer.
in there? So yeah, I
Right.
can understand that.
Now, what age were you? Was pre-college?
When I wrote this, I started writing it in 2005, so that was after college, and I
Okay.
kind of sat on it. I finished it in 2007, but I kind of sat on it. I didn't publish it until 2017.
Okay,
10
but that's
years.
Still good, but that's still good. That's still good. You had your book in your heart and you placed it on tape into.
Well, I thought I was just going to be a therapist. That's what I wanted to be, but not realizing I had always been a writer.
Wonderful.
And I was calling some of my clients undercover artists or undercover creatives. And God said to me, well, you're one of them too.
Whoa. And you said, not me, God.
Right.
That's what we normally say, not me.
Of course.
And so you
That's
did
what I
that
said.
too. Okay.
Well, yeah, so then I put it out. So after that, it's like he turned something on that hasn't shut off. So then all the rest of it came after that.
Wonderful. You
That's
start giving
good.
birth to books. I
Okay.
should have did it instead of boy children.
You-
I should have birthed books instead of boys.
Kimberly, It's a time to heal. Okay, we're going to write a book on Kimberly now. A Time to Heal.
Yes.
This is a good book. We're going to bring her back on the show to talk
Yes.
about this book here. But it's a good book talking about your pain growing up and everything like that. And before we get to our main topic, what about working through mommy issues? This was, I read this one too.
yes.
Loving yourself even though she didn't like you. Now, this is a good book here. How can your mom not like you?
Well, you know, as society, we're good now with talking about daddy issues.
Yes.
But nobody ever wants to address mommy
issues.
and they're just as prevalent. We just don't talk about it. And so I'm not that therapist that doesn't talk about things. I'm going to say what you're thinking, but you just won't say it.
Okay.
Because by the time you get to counseling, why are you hiding anything? What's the point?
Because
might as well
counseling,
just-
you're supposed to talk, right?
It's a safe place.
It
It's
is the same.
supposed to be a safe place, and
place.
some you have to make them comfortable though, and stuff. But this book here is a good book. We're going to have her back on again, I guess.
Day book.
Yeah, this is you're right. So we're going to get her back for
please put us
Mother's
on your
Day.
calendar.
Yes, for May. This book is designed to help you deal with a mother who makes it difficult for you to care for and or care about her. Oh, yes, this is a good book. Working through mommy issues, loving yourself even though she didn't like. That's hard to think of, though. That is really hard. But
It's
you know,
give
I've
us that,
met people that had problem with their moms. And a lot of times they get mad at the daddy and they look like they daddy and they throw that up too. Okay, then we have this one. Writing is life. 200 therapeutic, journaling prompts.
Yes.
That's nice.
Okay, now
So-
what is this one
well,
about?
most of the time I have my clients journal because it just helps us with the counseling process.
Yes.
That's good.
So I came up with 200 journaling prompts. A lot of times I send them home and tell them to journal, but they don't know what to write about. So all they have to do is open this up and
like
pick
that.
something and start writing.
Wow, describe your dream career. What's your dream career?
Being at the house chilling.
Kim is being at the house chilling. Well, why you did it on the being at the house chilling? Why can't you say it out loud?
Being at the house chilling.
I'm gonna tell the husband to watch this show. What do you think about going to counseling?
I think it's a great idea.
Describe your dream vacation.
Oh,
I like this book.
I like that. Let me
She said,
What
"Let me
do
see
you
that."
enjoy? Oh, what do you enjoy doing in your alone time? These are some good questions. How well do you sleep and why? What activity in your life make you feel purposeful? Tell me what worries you. How do you typically respond to criticism? Explain. And they go and read these.
Well, yeah, they pick something, just pop it open, pick it, and start writing. Normally, when you just start writing, the other things that we're trying to get at start to come up. You just need to start somewhere. So you just pick one and start there.
And then they write about that. If you could bring back any family member, who would it be and why? Is this like if they died or they left out of your life? It could be any.
I'm good.
Don't bring none of them back.
I'm good. Please.
Oh, well, I would probably bring back would be my mom and my father-in-law. Who would you say you are most like, your mom or your dad, and why? These are some nice questions. Writing is life. That is neat. I like that.
God.
And what was the other one?
I got published in Chicken Soup for the Soul this year.
Yes, Chicken Soup for the Soul, angels all around. 101 inspirational stories of miracles, divine intervention, and answered prayer. So you're off in here.
Yeah,
Wow.
that one right there.
Airborne.
That's kind of my testimony of when I realized later that an angel had saved my life
What you mean saved your life?
because I was almost gone.
Really?
Because I almost got hit by a car.
What? I mean, gosh, you almost got hit by a car?
I was
Was
running.
it a drunk driver or anything?
No, I was a kid. I was 17, running through a parking lot. It was raining and I had a coat over my head, so I really couldn't see in my peripheral. I was a track star, so my best friend was
Track star, go track star. Okay.
she was behind me because I was faster. Well, she started screaming and I tried to stop but couldn't. But somehow I did stop. but it wasn't on my own.
It was that
volition.
angel pulled you. So did she actually hit you, or you just
Nope.
The angel pulled
I was
you out the
literally,
way?
it was like I was hovering over the top of the car as it passed by my face.
Golly, that was an angel. They said we all have a guardian angel.
At least
So
you dash your foot against the stone.
Dang.
How old were you back then?
17.
team,
'Cause my
gosh,
son was hit by a bus on his bike,
sure was. You had that on
and
Facebook.
he went, and the bus was going to 50, 49, 50,
Uh-huh.
and but it hit him. And even when I asked him, I said, "Did you feel the impact?" He said, "No, Mom, I didn't feel anything."
Wow.
Gosh.
But the bike is contorted. The bike
Oh,
was
yeah.
Oh my
and
gosh.
he was thrown over to the side with his Captain America backpack.
He flew. He was Captain
He had
America.
Captain America. He was Captain America then, huh?
Nothing missing, nothing broken. When I get to the
Wow.
hospital and he's laying there, they have him arguing because they thought all his bones were broken.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to know where was his Chinese food.
Get out of here.
That was the debris because they kept saying debris, and I was like, "What debris were they talking about in the report?" He's like, "Oh, Mom, where my Chinese food?"
Oh,
I was
it
like,
flew
"Boy."
everywhere.
Did he have the food in his
He was on
hand?
the bike.
Oh, on the bike, and he
Oh,
was.
bless his
Wanted to
heart.
get
He
some
was more
Chinese
worried
food.
about
Oh,
his
baby, he
He
was
was
more
ready.
concerned about the food than he was
But
himself.
the angel
Yes.
flew and landed him, and the
Yes.
police officer came right out of the precinct, right, saw him going in the air and stopped, so the other
Wow.
cars didn't run over his body. Isn't that something?
Wow. Yes.
And
God
every
is
time
good.
I've tried to play it, it won't play. But my husband has seen it,
Uh-huh.
and the lawyer saw it, but I have not been able to play that.
Oh,
I
they
said, "Okay, Holy Spirit."
Wow.
'Cause it
You
was
don't
on
need to
the-
see it.
It-
It was
yeah,
on
you
the caught
don't
on
see it.
camera. Okay.
Because you probably would have been like, oh my God, he could have been dead, you know. But the last book that we're going to talk about tonight is called Red Flag.
Your favorite.
Do you know when you're being played? Gosh. And on the back of it, it says, there are people in this world who mean to do you. Well, I said us, but I'm saying you. I'm making it personal.
Yes.
There are people in this world who mean to do us harm. Some of them play on our emotions, and some of them just flat out take what they want, no matter how it makes us feel. Have you ever looked back on a situation and wondered how you missed the warning signs? You say to yourself, I got played. Did you get played by a person, or were you played by your own mind?
Now that's deep. Your own mind.
How
That's
did
good.
that happen? Hindsight is 2020. But what if you could see, like you said, Kim, see it coming? What if you keep a loved one from walking into a living nightmare? Would you do it? Whoa, this book helped you break down real life example of manipulation and abuse that people fall prey to. Then it goes even deeper into the triggers that you can be experienced after the trauma has taken place. Most importantly, it gives you options of how to recognize, avoid, and or deal with the circumstances.
That's
It is impossible to catch every red flag because we want to see the good in others. That's the catch right there. Oftentimes we ignore the things we need to take heed to because we just do not want it to be the case. After all, no one would intentionally hurt you. Hurt me? Would they? Doesn't everyone deserve a second chance?
wow.
While there are certainly opportunities to allow for mistakes, there are some things, Kim, where a simple, I'm sorry, just will not suffice. Set your boundaries and keep a watchful eye. Know it when you see it and call it what it is, a red flag. Okay, so we're going to talk to Soneakqua J. White, the author of The Red Flag. Okay, part one says being played by a person, manipulation, abuse, physical abuse, verbal abuse, mental, emotional abuse, sexual abuse, spiritual abuse, self-harm.
All of that.
Wow.
Wow,
You
that's
need
a
to-
mouth.
You need to address all of that.
Oh my God. People actually get Play like that? Being played by a person. What is manipulation?
Well, think about it.
Gosh, this is
What I really want to show you is how to recognize it.
talk
Because
to
people
us.
don't
Yes,
recognize
help
it.
us out.
Do not ignore your own thoughts and feelings.
Okay.
A lot of times people do that.
Yeah.
You will go with somebody else's thoughts and feelings rather than
Yeah.
your own. So do not ignore your own
So
thoughts and
is that
feelings.
what they call that gut feeling?
That gut check. That's what I say here.
Okay.
You know when something doesn't sit well with you.
Yes.
Pay attention to what the gut check is telling you. Are you feeling used, fooled, tricked, guilty, obligated, etc.?
All right.
Are you wondering why can't they just do it, or won't they do it on their own? Are you putting your life on hold to take care of somebody else's needs before yours? Do you feel selfish or like a bad person for wanting to say no?
Now that's it right there.
If any of that is going on, there's likely that you're being manipulated by someone.
Because you know what? Now that right there, when you said want to say no, how many times have we actually felt to that point where we hate to say no to somebody? Think about it.
2020 has been my year of
Saying
no.
what?
No. No. And it feels so good.
No.
Sometimes hell to the no. Just no, or just don't even. Just
Just no. But Kimberly, I need it. Kimberly.
you'll be all right.
But Kim, I need this money to go and get this here, Kimberly. I need.
Well, there'll always be a sob story.
Yes.
Talk to
come on
me.
with it,
Yes.
come on.
There'll always be something behind it.
Yes.
Why
If
is that?
necessary.
Yes. Isn't it something?
Because if I want to go out and get my hair and my nails done, but I want you to pay
Pay
my
for
light bill.
Ooh. I love it. Come on, talk to me. Yes. We both said that, didn't you? And then you be wondering, and then they give you this really sad story, like, oh, girl, I don't know how am I going to make it. My light bill is due, my water bill is due. And then you see them on Facebook out eating at Red Lobster.
Right. With your money.
With your money. And that makes me mad.
And they nails did.
Yeah.
But what makes why do people do that, you think?
Well, I always say, you've heard we teach people how to treat us, right?
Okay.
I add something to it. I say you teach people how to treat you. If they don't want to learn, don't make that your problem.
Oh, that's good.
Wow.
So a lot of the times we're trying to get somebody to do stuff and get them to change, and they don't want to.
Talk to me, sister. Okay. And they don't want to. Okay, we trying to get them to change. Come on, talk to
They
me.
don't want to.
They don't want to change.
So now you have to set your boundaries. If
Okay.
you can't want it more than they do.
Ooh,
That's true.
good.
That's true. That is so true. And what you try to do is you trying to, what is it? Is it enhance them, or what is the word? Or is it enabling them, or
You end up enabling them. You're trying to just help them. You think
there
that
you go.
are,
You think you trying,
but
to.
you're actually enabling them.
Right, because they keep coming back and they keep coming back and they keep coming back, asking these questions, and they make this.
But see, if
ooh,
you keep doing it, then you're teaching them that that's okay.
okay.
Oh, that's good.
That's good. Because see, every time, and that's what gets to me when they come back and they ask, well, can you loan me this money? And then I say, okay, yeah, because they give me the sob story.
Right.
And I end up giving this. Then they come back again with the same sob story, and I end up giving. And then I'm the one getting angry at myself because I don't have no money because I done given them my money. That makes me mad. And then they come back, and then what really make me mad, they on TV or on Facebook, and they out, doing their thing. I just have, but
And
you're right.
They will manipulate you, because one of the best ones as Christians is people will say, well, I thought you were supposed to be a Christian.
Yes.
I hear that.
The
Yes.
art of
Being
manipulation.
a Christian is not the equivalent to letting you do whatever you
you
want
wanna
to do to
do.
me.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
And that's what they'll
Soneakqua.
do too. And then your family will do it to you.
That's the best. That's the biggest one that'll do it to you, because they've watched you for so long. They know which buttons to press. They know you don't want the kids to go hungry, so they'll go do whatever they want to do, and then tell you the kids are going to be hungry, so you'll give them the money.
And oh gosh. Ooh, this is good. Okay, you got in here. Okay, these are some flags you got in here. Would a sibling treat another sibling in this way? Entitlement comes into play in this scenario. The older sister feels that since her younger sister apparently has the money and has been willing to give it, then she should continue to do so. She has learned to play on her sympathy. Who wants to hear about children going hungry if you can do something about it? In this instance, the older sister does not care how her behavior affects her little sister. All she is concerned about is what she can get. She doesn't really even think about how her little sister feels. So she's manipulating
So
her.
if somebody's manipulating you, they're really not thinking about if it's hurting you or not. They're just after whatever they want, and they'll get it at all costs.
Okay. Until you get tired of it, because you get in a situation every month, this person is calling, asking you for money, asking you for rent, asking you for food. And then every month, I'm going to pay you back. I get this. I'm going to pay you back. I'm going to pay you back. But it's a continuous cycle. So what they're doing is they're manipulating you, and then you become the enabler.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
And so that cycle just continues because then you don't know how to get out of it.
Yeah.
Oh.
And if you get out of it, you get the repercussions of their anger, frustration, or however they're feeling some kind of way that you're not the Christian or the sister, family member that you're supposed to be.
And so what I tell my clients on this first go round, throw me under the bus. You tell them your therapist said whatever you need to say.
Okay.
That's good.
But you have to be the one to enforce it. So if we're going to set boundaries, I'm going to help you do that. Throw me under the bus if you don't have the courage to do it up front, but then you're going to have to enforce it.
What makes us not have the courage to say and
Because
do
we
it?
really start buying into, oh, maybe I'm not a good enough Christian if
Okay.
I'm
Oh, that's
Self-pity
good,
on
Soneakqua.
ourselves.
Well, you start to feel guilty, but that's what we're allowing
their lack
somebody to do.
Okay.
To make
Us
us
feel
feel guilty.
guilty.
And then we'll give in to it. And then they throw in, like you said, I thought you was a Christian. Would a Christian allow? Then some of them go to the point where they pull out scripture. You know, the Bible says that you're supposed to feed, you're supposed to feed
Then I
them.
say a man who don't work don't eat.
We heard that sermon yesterday.
My church got a pantry. Let me take you to my
But
church
listen, I
pantry.
ask people
But that's
this.
true.
I ask my Christian clients this: do you think that the scripture in the Bible that refers to turning the other cheek means that you're supposed to let people keep punching you in the face?
No.
Well, then why do you do it?
Okay.
That's
No
in
idea.
essence what you're doing. If you keep sticking your neck out and you know that person does the same thing every time,
You're right.
so now you've moved into self-harm because you keep sticking your neck out.
Self-harm, that's good.
And then we're the ones that start feeling angry inside because we done let them do us over and over again. And then, but you know what? That can cause sickness on us too.
It does.
It does, because we get so
Good.
angry.
That's good.
You know, we get
That's
angry on the
good.
inside, and then we are unhappy because we know we've been played now. We've been played, but then some of us know we've been played, and we
still
keep
do
getting
it.
played. Why does that happen?
You just don't have the courage and you don't know what else to do. Like sometimes I tell people, give something in the affirmative, just like you would do to a kid. If you tell a kid don't run, but you don't give them another option, they gonna skip, hop, flip. What you're really saying is, I want
That's
you to walk,
good.
but that's not what you said.
Okay.
That's good.
So give them in the affirmative what you want them to do
Okay.
instead of whatever it is that
Instead
they're
of
doing.
just what we are saying something, but it's not what we really saying.
Right.
In a sense, you know. I really want you to get up and get your butt a job, but I'll go and use other avenues instead of come out and say it. Because see, like my husband tell baby, some people don't get hints.
Right.
Yes. Oh, I had to learn how to stop hinting.
Right. Yes.
Yes. No more hinting.
No
You
more
know?
hinting this year.
Yes,
You got to
no more
figure
hinting.
out how to way to tell people in a way that it. But I'm learning how to say no.
Wonderful
Because
word. Wonderful
I am.
word.
I'm
yes.
learning, and it's called N-O.
Period.
N-O. Period. You know.
Remember that song that got real hell to the no. Hell. Y'all remember that song? Hell to the no. Bo Winkle or somebody. What's his name? What's his name?
This is good though, because see, a lot of time what happened is we do start feeling guilty, and that person really try to make us feel guilty. Okay, so how does this work in the workplace? Does Does people in the workplace manipulate us to get us to do their
Yes.
jobs?
Yes, they do. So this becomes a point of boundary setting, like I just
Okay.
talked about. And so I will take you through in written format how to set a boundary
Okay.
and how to enforce it. Because it happens in the workplace. I just did a workshop recently and one of the there was a manager in my class, and she said she was about to do this with one of her employees because he was very black and white. You have to have an example. It can't
Okay.
be vague.
Okay.
You know, remember the time last week when you such and such, and we start to think that that's petty. But no, I'm giving you the example because I need you to understand what I'm talking about. So you can't say, I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
So yes, that will work in the workplace as well, but it's about boundary setting at this point.
It
Okay.
is. You do have to have boundaries.
Boundaries. Okay.
And they feel so good.
That-
Especially
Boundaries
No.
feel so
them.
good.
okay, you got to hear verbal abuse. Scenario 1. Hey, stupid, where are you? Get in here. And then the target says, I'm right here. You know, to be so smart, you sure are stupid. What did I do? So how is the verbal abuse becomes this?
First of all, you say, I got your stupid.
Well, in this scenario, this is a father talking to a child. This
Okay.
is how self-esteem problems result.
Right.
You got
Yes.
adult
Right.
people walking around with self-esteem issues because this is a father speaking to a child.
Wow.
And then projecting that on the child.
Yes. So
That's
when
good.
he's
That's
called, he's
good.
saying, hey, stupid. So this boy takes on that spirit of stupid.
And starts to
Act
believe
stupid.
that he is. If
Stupid.
your own mother or father is saying that to you, the person that's supposed to be shaping you emotionally, showing you love first and protection next, and you're not getting it from them, this is who you feel like you become.
Wow. Man.
So then you start letting other people do it. This is actually a female child. So then you get into a relationship with a man that's like this.
Or
And
even
then-
just your
yes,
friends. Your
your
female
friends.
friends can just be that way before you actually get into the relationship with the man. Because, you know, you have you're in school with your female friends when you're young.
Right.
And they may be insulting you about your hair, your clothes, the way you smell, all those things. And then by the time you home, your friends, by the time you meet the guy, you're like this because your self-esteem
Thing
has
is so
been
low.
beat down.
Yeah. So they can use that part as a verbal abuse to kill the person's self-esteem. They don't have any self-esteem because you got these people, these men be calling these women the bees and all of this stuff, and they accept that even in the songs.
We make it culturally acceptable
Yes.
by the music and the
Yes.
movies and
Right. Yeah,
all of
right,
that. And
right.
so now we call it to each other. I don't, but
But
Yeah.
right,
it still
But
shocks
it's
me
still-
every
yeah.
time
that
somebody
people
does
feel
it.
comfortable
But yeah.
saying it
yeah.
to each other.
You know, and that is so bad. Even in the music, they call them that and they accept that. And then when they get out in public, they call them that in public, or they beating the women up and everything. That's verbal abuse. And then they feel like no man can come in and be nice to them because they've heard this negativity, being abused. Nobody wants you. You good for nothing. Don't nobody want you with kids, and nobody wants you. And they start believing that. So that goes into the verbal abuse for its manipulation and all
And
that.
that's just the start of it. It might start off with just manipulation, me doing things to you to make you do what I want you to do. And then it goes maybe into the verbal abuse. Eventually, it probably will get physical.
Okay.
If you don't cut it off in one of those first two phases, you're just progressing on to something worse.
So does that come into, okay, because you got mental, emotional abuse, you got the sexual abuse. So how does that come in with the sexual abuse?
That's typically in childhood. You
Okay.
can see that in a marriage where
Okay.
you don't want to, but he does, and he gonna force you to do it. You know, that can happen. So there's a lot of things, but probably if all of that has already happened, all of the other stuff has already happened as well.
Right.
Okay.
Because if it's a child, we call it grooming, where they'll tickle you first and play with you and think
Okay.
that make you think that you're
Yes.
friends, and then it goes into something more and you're kind of paralyzed there.
So a lot of this you can say pretty much happened our first 20 years. It's not so much that it's the significant other most of these things happen back here.
Yes.
The first 20 years of our life, before we met a boyfriend, before we met a
starts in
girlfriend,
the home
we
life.
were dealing with these issues.
Right.
Most of the time.
That's how I
yes.
see it, because
Yes,
every
you do.
seed produces after its kind.
Right.
And before you actually get to the abusive relationship with your partner, your husband or your wife, these things were happening before, but they were small foxes, I guess.
And
The small vines.
Yeah, maybe
that maybe
not
somebody
even small, but you would think that
you didn't
it
notice
became
it.
your normal. So now
Right,
you
right.
have
Right.
a lot of adults walking around being manipulated or whatever's going
they
on.
think
They
it's
think
okay.
it's normal, so
That's
they don't
right.
even see it. That's why
Yes.
I
Or we
did it.
overlook it.
Yeah. We know it.
overlook
It's in the back of our
because
mind.
the people
Like,
who are nurturing
Yes.
us are dealing with these issues. Whether it be a mom or a dad, they're dealing with their own issues that they hadn't had counseling,
Right.
or they hadn't given over to Christ, or whatever the method for them to exit their situation. It had not been given, so they'll end up having children and project that on
their
the
children.
whatever it may be.
That's true.
But I think the first 20 years or by the time a child is 5, I think they say they're pretty much developed into who
Right.
they're going to be.
Personality, yeah,
Wise
5
and,
to 7,
and
yeah.
then you begin to add things to
To
that
it.
over, because you have TV, right? You have
That's
TV.
true.
A lot of
That
shows
influence
project that
them,
on.
right.
And when children are watching TV or really anybody, you don't know what part is
That's
planting
true.
that seed.
Yes. Yes.
You don't know what part they catch that they watch. Because I know when my kids were young, they used to watch videos. Seaver used to always want to hit that repeat button on that same part with Spider-Man doing that thing, and if you look at his pictures now, he looks just like Spider-Man. But it's an animated figure. But he would always hit that repeat button. Always, it had to be right there. He'd get up at 2 and hit it and hit it and hit it till now in his mind he can. Well, I'm not Spider-Man.
Right.
I mean, I can't even do the moves, and neither can his dad. But he picked that up. Why that part was so significant to him, I have no idea. And then I noticed they'll live out what they see. Like Sebastian, he'll stand like, there's Iron Man. What's his name? Tony Starks or whatever. And I'll look, I said, man, he's standing just like Tony Starks in the movie. I mean, we laugh about it, but in movies, you don't know. You get that weird kid that want to pick out. We had Jason.
But you know what happened? They start taking on those spirits. And those spirits make them implement what they're doing. And they do become
and they
that
act out
person.
those movies that they watch.
They want to see.
And then it becomes a part of their family life.
That's
and
true.
the parents trying to figure out why they so weird.
Because they are really taking on. Because I
taking it
remember
in, it
when I
becomes
used to
life.
look at all my children, I would be so off into Erica Kane. I started acting like Erica Kane. I mean, I would be want to act just like her until I started really seeing the real Erica Kane on the show. You pick up those spirits like that, and they become part of you, but the red flag is there. Even here when I was looking at this one here, it said, we're going to play house and do what mommies and daddies do.
Yep.
See, that's a red flag right there. But the kid don't understand.
They don't understand.
Right.
That's good.
They don't understand it. I don't like this game and I don't want to play it anymore. I'm going to tell my mom. Your mom won't believe you. And see, that's where a lot of kids take this in. And these are red flags that these poor little kids don't understand.
Right. They don't
what's
understand.
going on. And
Somebody asked me, was that appropriate for a teenager? And I said, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes,
I think it
and then you wonder why these kids are messed up like that, and then they end up repeating it on their kids,
right.
Because they think it's like you say, it's the norm, it's the normal thing. One of the things I was talking to, I have a person that's going through this with her family member. Every time you turn around, she's asking for something. She puts this facade on like, I'm out here living in the cold and I need this and I don't have a place to go and can y'all help me? And she feel obligated to help her because it's her family member, okay? My thing is this, you enabling her every month and she's been doing this for years almost. So I would do it too. You gonna keep asking me and stuff and you keep giving? Hey, let me keep asking. And you gonna keep giving?
Well, now you're a part of her monthly
There you
bills.
go.
Yeah.
I'm in there. You better
And
make sure you put
change
this
your
in.
mind? I wish you would.
Oh no, you better not, cause me and you gonna have it. Cause you
better-
been taking care of me all this
And you
time,
gonna
Kim.
change now?
Oh no.
Oh no, you won't.
You better give me
better
that
give
money, cause see,
money.
I'm in the cold.
When I come back, it better be right here.
No, I'm in the
Wow.
cold, Kim. You can't treat me like that. But see, we play on people like that, and really, and it's hard in the church too. It's hard in the church because people, they'll come to the church. I don't know if it ever happened, but they'll come to the church and they'll put on this little thing and I don't have no food. I don't have no money. Can you help me? Really? They're, they don't want to
driving a
give.
Mercedes.
Thank you. Or you go down the corner. They done walked up in here, go down the corner. They get into a Mercedes Benz. But people prey on people like that, and they play
do.
them like that. And then those that really need help, they can't get help because in the back of your mind, what is this a scam? This could be a scam. I'm getting played.
And the other thing I noticed too is what I've learned is that the subconscious mind is designed to lock in and take hold whatever we do repetitively.
Right.
It'll lock in and take it. Was designed because once you learn how to drive, you know how to drive. Once you know how to ride a bike,
Right.
and it's locked. So you need a subconscious interrupt to pull that out. So a lot of times when we're younger, I'm just go with young because the Word of God says every seed produces after its kind.
Right.
So that seed started small.
Yes.
Whatever that person was seeing over a protracted period of time, and it was repetitive, it became a part of who they believe or assume that they might be, and no one brought in something, a subconscious interrupt that could eject that out, meaning the Word of God,
Right.
or it's a good old rod of correction that drives out the foolishness and saves your soul from hell.
Well, sometimes you have to be removed from the environment.
Well, yeah, that too. But sometimes when you can't, that repetitiveness is there by the time somebody comes and get them, because they're either going to be wearing a foster home or maybe even go to a situation that's even more intense than the one they were in.
Yeah.
And that becomes so we got these red flags because some people really don't see it. What is they are so naive. They don't see this stuff, and then here they in this situation. Kim might see it, but I don't see it. You see it, but I don't see it. So how do you help that person when they actually really don't see it? They don't see it. They don't know. They just so loving and kind.
Now, there's a difference between want and don't.
Okay. That's good.
Help us out. Won't and the don't. Help us out.
Okay. So want might mean that you're in denial, might mean it's a protective thing. Because if I acknowledge it, that my whole world might crumble because I've been So want is that's tougher to deal with. Don't is a little bit easier because maybe you are naive and you just don't see it.
Yes.
And I figure out I have to get to know you to know how to word it and how to show it to you, how you learn. Some people are visual, some people are auditory, some people are kinesthetic. So I have to figure out how you learn, how you receive.
Okay. Because see, if I'm a touchy person, then you might have to do that with me. Okay, so once because see, this is where the person really get played. When they don't know they being played, and once they realize that they're being played, it turns into anger.
Yes.
So how do you deal with that?
I have seen that happen right in front of my
now
eyes.
I'm mad because you really, especially the ones that don't know, they are blinded. They don't know, and then when you find out and know, I'm angry now because I did this because I really thought I'm helping you, but you was playing me all along. I've been there several times, So how do you deal with that one that's angry now because you done open up the...
Okay. So typically what's under anger is another emotion. So that's what I'm trying to get to.
Yes.
Are you hurt by it?
I'm hurt.
Are you just
I'm
disappointed by it?
I don't know.
Mad is the angry is the external because it keeps people away from you. So hurt is a softer emotion or disappointment or frustration.
Is that on the inside? The hurt on the inside. Okay.
So you might be feeling hurt because they fooled you.
And then the hurt turns into
the anger.
To keep people away.
Yes. So now you protect yourself from that hurt. You ain't gonna hurt me again.
And
So
I'm
now
not gonna let
angry.
nobody really try. So now
Yeah.
I got my boundaries
Right.
here.
Yeah.
My barriers now.
Yeah.
But then
so I have to work with the hurt first.
okay.
We can do anger management, but a lot of times people think that anger management is going to stop somebody from being angry. Well, it's not.
It's not. It's not. Okay, that's good.
Good.
Because if you're really hurt,
Hurt.
then I have to deal with that, the true emotion. Like I'm stopping people
Yes.
now from saying I feel some type of way. Well, what is that? That's not a feeling. What is it that you feel?
So I
So
can't
you
say
got-
that.
No, you can't say
You
that.
you really gotta tell how you feeling then.
Yes, I can't help you respond to some type of way.
Because
I need to know-
some type of way.
Some type of way.
I
Who
don't.
coined that?
I don't know. It's a
Shame
song.
on
It
it.
was a song.
It was a song.
Yeah, yeah. See, culture.
Okay. So
But-
what happens with our feeling? We need to know what type of
You
feeling.
need to be able to identify
Identify.
the feeling so that you can respond and manage yourself in that emotion. Emotions aren't bad.
Yeah.
It's just the way we manage
Manage
them.
I can't fight this feeling. Y'all remember that song?
Can I just hit him?
That song, I can't fight this feeling anymore. That used to be that song. You remember that song?
Can I just hit him? Because you be so hurt, you just want to hit something.
Yes.
Then why we want to hit?
The red flag. That's a red flag. I want to just hit something. You know.
Now, typically, you respond to wanting to hit if you've been hit.
Okay.
Oh.
So I wasn't a kid that got spanking. So if I'm angry, I don't think about hitting anything.
Mm-hmm.
I might stomp around. I might
But what
cry.
about-
I might start
Oh.
writing.
Yeah.
You know. So I respond in a different type of way. But typically, if you want to smash something, it's because you've been hit.
Okay.
Wow.
So this is good because this is a red flag. Do you know when you're being played? Because people out there, they play us, especially Christians. They really try to play Christians because most of us that really take our Christianity good, we're going to be lovable people.
But how
We're-
about we go a step further?
Okay.
Demons try to play us.
Yes.
Demons, principalities, powers,
That's
rulers
right.
of darkness. in
Well,
this
they
world,
use
and
people.
spiritual
But they
wickedness.
use people with
And-
those spirits,
They
yeah.
use them because the people yield to it, and maybe they don't realize they're
They-
yielding to it.
Wow.
Is that
Yeah.
possible?
That is very possible.
And they, like we practice the word, we meditate in the word. Maybe they're meditating in that.
Yeah. But you know what she said at the beginning? You say they watch us to see. They're watching us to see what fiery dart they can throw at
Yes,
us and
that's
see
good,
which
that's
dart
good.
that will affect us. Because some people study that, and when they watch us, they know what moves we can get into. Let me see if I can go prey on Kimberly. Let me see if I can go and get into her because I've been watching.
But I learned what moves you. If you have a heart for homeless, then that's how I come at you.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
gonna-
because
I
you're
need
getting to
my
know
best
me.
aid.
You're getting to
That's
know
so
me.
good. That's
yeah.
so good.
And if you have a heart to do clothes,
If somebody
and I
don't
want
come
some
to me,
clothes,
yes.
I
I'm
got a
gonna come
job
to you.
interview. I
Yeah.
got a job interview.
Kimber, can you
Or
let me
it might
use
not be
your-
the
I was
job
telling
anywhere.
my son the other day, I said, "Oh, I don't want anybody else to come to me and say, oh, your makeup is just so flawless. Oh, your makeup is so good. And your makeup is so this." And then they whip out a Mary Kay card. Don't do that no more. Please stop.
Oh,
Just say,
so they get your
I
attention,
sell Mary Kay.
and that's the way they
That's
get your
integrity
attention.
to me, right? That's don't try to buffer me up. Oh, your makeup is so flawless. Oh, it's just on so right. I'm like, I put it on crooked. I know it's not right. My
But they
eyeliner's over
think,
here.
see,
but
they don't know
think.
you yet. They think.
And I'll have to
That's-
stop
that's
and
baiting.
say,
That's baiting
what do
that-
you want? I mean, what
planting
is
that
it? Just
seed.
say, hey, my name is Barbara. I sell Mary Kay. Period. I can respect that. There's some integrity in that versus coming and say, oh,
Red
you know,
flag.
I'd be like, stop. Or if somebody's selling something and we have this business. Well, what business? Does your business have a name?
Right.
And,
Right.
we want to know what is it? I need to know right now up
Networking.
front. Now, I wasn't able to do that, but now I stop and I say, what is your business? Because I can promise you now, I'm not going to call you and I'm not going to come. And I see so many people get angry. To be honest,
Yes.
and to say no, I'm not.
Yes.
If you're gonna be I told my son the other day, you got privacy and you have secrecy. When there's secret, red flag. You can be private, but all this secret stuff, no, you
Stuff.
gotta come and you gotta see. And no,
Yes,
do
because
it
you don't
right.
know what you coming into or what you.
But a lot of the times they're sending out the minions that don't have the words. They need you to come see Satan. So
Yes, yes, and then they
So
trap
they
you
got
in
you.
there.
Just say this is what I do, and then
Yeah.
allow me to make an intelligent decision. Don't try to be sneaky
undercover
with,
boss.
yeah, and get me somewhere, and I'm not happy, and then man, we got this deal. This deal is
Yeah,
really
they wanna
good.
sell
You're gonna
you.
become so wealthy,
Right.
Well, why aren't
Yes.
you so
Wealthy, thank you. Why are you still, the...
Why are you looking for me over here
Yes.
where I am? And it happened with my son at Kroger's. He said, Mom, if you hadn't told me that, they came in and I watched this couple. They were scouting out different ones, and then they came to me, okay, what's your dreams? What's your aspiration? What do you want to do? He said, Mom, I gave him the wrong phone number and everything, but I knew then they were looking for me to reel me into something.
Yes.
Something.
That goes on to self-harm. But anyway, this hour went by so fast. But if you feel like you're being played, you can be played physically, verbal, mental, emotional, sexual, spiritual, self-harm. Being played, your mind. People can work on your mind.
Yes.
Because that's where Satan really likes, is to get into your mind.
mind.
He's trying to make you feel guilty. And people prey on us.
They
Prey. They prey on us. And being a Christian, you got to be, what did it say? Wise as a what? Serpent. And humble as a dove. Because snakes are smart. They know how to slither up on you and bite you. And you don't even know it. But this book here, it talks about red flag. You need to know when you're being played. Don't just let people talk you into doing anything. If your gut feeling is saying something is not right, if your spirit is saying something is not right, then you need to have that red flag for yourself and say, no, I'm learning how to say what? No. So it's not saying that you are a bad Christian.
Right.
Kimberly, because you say no.
Right.
Or Soneakqua, because you say no.
Right.
It's saying that you have wisdom from God to say no.
Yes.
Okay, so don't be played by people, whether they are Christians or not. We do have Christians that try to play you, make you feel guilty, make you even, they make you feel bad and tell you, oh, if you don't tithe, you can't get this and that. No, don't use that.
Don't use that.
You tithe because you love God. You tithe because you shouldn't be forced to do it. You want to do it.
Not under compulsion, right?
Right. So you have to realize and think about this. If you get, again, I'm going to say it again, if you get that gut feeling that something is not right, do you know when you're being played? This is a question that everybody needs to ask, because people are really playing us. And even if the words say, even the very elect can fool you, because there are some good con artists out there that will take you for your money. They'll dress up stuff and make it look good. What they call them, wolves in sheep clothing. They'll play with you, and they have played so many times on these older people, calling them up and scanning them and telling them this and that, and then they got the IRS scam where they call these people up, and then they scare them half to death. You got to go pay this money. People have gotten scammed with thousands of dollars because they've been played.
Wow.
They've been played. So you need to pray and what did it say? Acknowledge God. He said all in ways that he'll direct your path. So pick up Soneakqua J. White, red flag. Do you know when you're being played? What is your website?
Our website is www.soneaquajwhite.com. That's all my social media as well.
And it's good. Y'all need to go to her page.
So if they find you on Instagram, it'll be Soneakqua J. White. And you're on
Facebook.
Twitter and you're on Facebook. And your books are also at Amazon.com.
Yes. And are the prices on them, or?
Yes.
Okay.
I like this one.
So we're check her out, check her books out. Red flag. Do you know when you're being played? We want to thank you, Soneakqua J. I like that. Soneakqua J. White, for being a part of the Talk of Life talk show. And we're going to have you to come back.
Yes.
Because I want to get into this one, A Time to Heal. Check out she has all her books on her Facebook page. The website, website page,
www.soneaquajwhite.com.
And then it has a quick description of all of them, all of her books, all 6 of them, I think it ended up being almost.
Yes.
And then you have one you said you can
Are you
read
gonna tell us
online
the
free.
Yes, that one you can download, the work stress.
That's
you
the
can
one Kim
download that one. Yeah.
is having that.
Work.
The work stress. So we're blessed to have her on our show. Remember, every Monday night at 8 o'clock p.m., we will be showing the Talk of Life talk show with Elma, Facebook and also YouTube. Please go on our YouTube channel and subscribe and tell your friends, your family, your coworker, anybody. Tell them to tune in. And if they would like to be on our show, please inbox me on Messenger and let me know. And we would love to have you on the show. Okay? And if nothing else, Kimberly?
Yes, ma'am.
And just a quick thing, if you have an upcoming event and you want to have fun, rent the Kirk booth.
Yeah.
www.thekirkbooth.com. The owner and CEO is Emmanuel Kirkwood, who is the executive producer of the Talk of Life talk show. Check us out. Also, if you want to go back to school, we have an awesome phlebotomy school, A+ School of Phlebotomy. Alicia White is the owner, so check her out. Go to her web page, A+ School of Phlebotomy, Alicia White. If nothing else, thank you for tuning in. Once again, 8 p.m. Monday nights, 8 o'clock. And we have some good upcoming shows. So please check us out. Thank you, Kimberly. Thank you, Miss White. Love you.
Thank you for coming.
And tune in. We're about to close out.